is an interesting little thing, and not as little as you might think it is. Something that most people don't know because it's relatively new information is that the clitoris isn't just the little man in the boat or the button under the hood or whatever you call it. It's not just the tiny little external point that most people think of as the clitoris. The clitoris actually extends inside of the body, and it's pretty huge, which is why vaginal penetration feels good, because there are very few nerve endings in the actual walls of the vagina. However, it wasn't until about the 1990s that people started thinking, hey, maybe there's something else to this clitoris than just this tiny little thing. And interestingly, it wasn't until 2009 that the first internal image, 3D image, was created of the clitoris, which begs the question, 2009? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't some new species that we've recently discovered. This is the human clitoris. This is the species doing all of the discovery. But hey, it's women's anatomy. And, for centuries, people just thought that women were basically men with inverted penises. Now, I don't know about any of you who are female, but I don't have an inverted penis as a vagina. My vagina is an actual organ in and of itself. Science and medicine haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to women's anatomy because of that. People thinking that we were the same as men, that our bodies were the same, and clearly we're not. But here is an image that you might be familiar with in terms of the anatomy of female genitalia. And here's something that's a little bit more accurate. So you see, the clitoris actually has legs that extend inside of the body. They wrap around the vaginal cavity and go back toward the spine. They wrap around and go outwards, which is why the majority of sensation during penetration is in the lower 1/3 of the vaginal cavity, because the legs are closer to the actual vagina there, and they extend outward above that 1/3. So the upper 2/3 of the vaginal cavity is kind of like no man's land. You don't really feel much of what's going on up there. Also begs the question of, what is the G-spot? Which we'll cover in another video. But anyway, here are some images that are pretty fantastic, actually, from the Museum of Sex blog. And if you've not ever visited the Museum of Sex and you're in or around New York, I highly suggest that you do so. I've never been there, but my next trip to New York, I absolutely plan on visiting. And check out their blog, they're pretty cool. I actually have a link to the article that these images were taken from on my blog, so if you'd like to check that out, you can go directly there. In any case, clitoris, visually explained. Here,